I had a very different upbringing than many probably find their way into it, just because like I'm not a musician. I'm so not capable of playing music or being musically inclined, although I wish I was. Um, so I come in just from a different, like a more mechanical math brain. Music is how I like to think of things. Um, but uh, I came from like electrical engineering and stuff like that. So I love the math of music and the way that it all works together, and how I was just talking to someone about speakers and how you can imagine what a wooden speaker sounds like versus a plastic one because of the physics of it, and you can impart that into sound. So that's how I came into it. Um, I didn't know one string from the next string when I started here, so I've learned a lot in the last 13 years, but only because of the brain power that exists in this building. So there's like, there are people that have been here uh, 40 plus years in this store. I'm the new guy at 13 years. So
It's a lot of responsibility for the new guy.
yeah, yeah, got to figure out a lot real quick.
Well, what was it kind of like growing up in the household, like with all of the music, chat and speak?
So you'd think there'd be a lot of music chat, but no one in my family actually plays a musical instrument. So Chuck, the story is that Chuck's mother had a pawn shop in DC that he worked in, and I might even have the picture here. But while I look this up, Chuck had a pawn. His mom had a pawn shop in DC, and that's where he kind of learned about, like, wheeling and dealing and sales and just kind of that whole kind of grind. This was in the 50s. And if I can find this picture of it, there's a picture of him in the old store, and there's like jackets on the wall, and there's clock radios, but on the back wall there's guitars hanging. And so the story I tell myself is that he saw it, saw the business of music happening. He's like, I'm going to open the music store down the street, and the kind of the mantra, and basically what's our mission statement now, is music is a happy business. Chuck and Marge thought that music was a happy business. They're like the people, you're selling something that people want, that they're passionate about, that lights them up inside, that makes them happy. You're not selling insurance, you're not selling paper, it's not something they need, they want it. And so music is a happy business. And so that's where he found his way to it. He wasn't a musician either. My father, my aunt, my uncle, they don't play anything, but we are. I guess we think we're cool by attachment of being around the musical industry without ever having actually played a musical instrument. But that's how the family ended up in it, is really just because of the passion and the people. It has nothing to do with us actually being prolific musicians ourselves, and probably for the better. You know, don't get high on your own supply, kind of thing.
Sure.
My dad said when I was coming in is like, don't fall in love with the gear, because you may like something, it might be the coolest guitar in the world to you, but no one cares at all about it. And you will make poor business decisions by thinking with your heart sometimes. And I have proven that to be true, because I have fallen in love with gear that I have no business falling in love with. And yeah, I've learned that lesson a couple times over.